Okay, good afternoon, class.
Afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Okay, sorry for the hiccup.
Good afternoon.
So let's continue ahead. At least verify those who are in class: Wilma, Miriam, Ngua, George. So let's continue. We are going to study about the unit's dairy technology, and the topic is processing of yogurt. So someone to tell us something about yogurt processing. What is yogurt? It's something we've made, we've drank, we've bought it, some of us have prepared it. So someone tell us about yogurt processing. To define yogurt. Chai.
Yes, so yogurt I can say is a milk product, or also we can say it's a semi-solid milk product that is very rich in nutrients, especially protein.
Yeah, it's a semi-solid product, mostly achieved through fermentation of milk by use of bacteria. So we have a photo here. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
So we have a photo here of yogurt. We have the first picture is yogurt enriched with fruits, very nutritious, and the second photo is just yogurt plain with no fruits, but they're all nutritious. So next we're going to look at the nutritional importance of yogurt. So is yogurt important in our diet? And I want somebody to help us go through this slide. Wilma.
Okay, so nutritional benefits of yogurt. The first one is the health benefits can include promoting bone health and aiding digestion. Yogurts contain active living bacteria known as probiotics, which can help keep the intestines healthy. And then yogurts contain calcium, vitamins B6 and B12, riboflavin, potassium, and magnesium. Low-fat yogurt can be a useful source of protein on a weight loss diet. Probiotics may boost the immune system. And then we have reduced vaginal infections. It boosts healthy bacteria in the body. And then lactose intolerant individuals may be comfortable taking yogurt.
Yes, that's just a summary, but we have so many uses of yogurt, and we can also say when you have been taking antibiotics for a given period of time, most antibiotics they kill all the good and the bad bacteria in our body, in our gut system. After that regime of taking antibiotics, also healthy to take yogurt to enrich that the gut microflora with the healthy microorganisms. So I'll go straight to the process of yogurt processing. And one, we look at the ingredients we need. We need milk. It can be whole or standardized milk. We also need a sweetener, mostly sucrose is used, but you can also use sugar. You have skim milk powder. This is used to add the solid and fat part portion of milk. It helps yogurt to be thick, to have that thick body. Then you have a beneficial live cultures, and in this case we use Streptococcus, Thermophilus, and Lactobacillus bulgaricus. So to the procedure of making yogurt, so let's go through this together. One person to take us through mixing of ingredients. Chai, Ngua.
So mixing of ingredients, we have the procedure. We have the ingredients mixed with raw milk. The ingredients, for example, skimmed milk powder increases the percentage of solid not fat, therefore improving the nutritional value and also viscosity of the product. Yes, next slide. We have heat treatment, whereby the mixture is subjected to a much higher or severe heat treatment than the conventional pasteurization. Then we have the time temperature combination is 85 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes or 90 to 92 degrees centigrade for 10 to 15 minutes. This severe heat treatment is important because of one, it produces sterile media for exclusive growth of the culture, into bracket sterilization. Another importance is that it expels out air, especially oxygen, from the media, so as to produce a micro aerophilic media conducive for the lactic acid bacteria, that is the aeration. Another importance is that it brings about thermal breakdown of milk constituents, especially milk proteins, thereby releasing peptones and sulfhydryl groups, the SH, which provides nutrients and anaerobic conditions for the starter cultures.
So we have the first step is mixing of ingredients. You have to weigh the ingredients one, the sugar you will use, and all the other components. And then next you have to heat it first, so just to prepare the culture ready for inoculation of the microorganisms. And we've said we do it at 85 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes, and or you can do it at 90 to 92 degrees Celsius for 10 to 15 minutes. Then from after heat treatment, the next step is we are going to homogenize. To homogenization, just breaking down the fat globules to mix together with the rest part of the milk. So this is carried out in order to increase the viscosity of the final product. A homogenizer is used, and it consists of a high pressure pump in which milk is passed through an extremely small opening or aperture. So we have benefits of homogenization. Mostly is to increase the viscosity of the product, reduce the separation of free whey or weighing off, where the yogurt doesn't separate even after staying for a period of time. Also, that's for homogenization. So after you heat, you homogenize, then the next step is to inoculate, and inoculation is just the addition of the starter culture, the microorganisms, and you do this after cooling the milk. So the milk, after heating, you homogenize, then you cool it to about 40, on average 45 degrees Celsius. So this is the optimum growth temperature for the starter culture, and we incubate about 0.5 to 5% of the starter culture, depending on the strength of the culture that you are using. Normally the cultures come with the recommendations written on it, on which percentage should be used. So next, after culturing, the next step is to incubate, and incubating or just creating an conducive environment for the microorganisms to grow, multiply, and now this is the process of yogurt making. So at the optimum growth temperature of about 45 degrees Celsius, the incubation time will be about 2 to 3 hours, and that's to help achieve a titratable acidity of 0.8%. So after this incubation period of 2 to 3 hours, our yogurt will be ready. And when yogurt is ready, it's normally thicker, so you can use it as it is, and that's to call it set yogurt, or you can break the coagulum. So the next step is breaking the coagulum, and this is done to non-set yogurt so as to produce a free-flowing product which is smooth and is smooth in consistency. The product is subjected to a mix. You can use a mixer, and when it's in a home setting, you can even use a sieve to break down the coagulum to produce a free-flowing product. So lastly, after that, you have to cool, and cooling is done to stop the action of microorganisms, for the fermenting microorganisms to stop the fermentation process. So the product is cooled to about below 10 degrees Celsius, this to inhibit the acid production. So at this point, the desired level of fruit or flavor. So after cooling, you can add your fruits, you can add your flavor and the color. For the yogurt, you want, is it strawberry, mango? We have the specific colors and flavors that we use. So lastly, we have the last stage. So Wilma can take us through that. Our yogurt is ready, so just for packaging, storage, and distribution. Wilma?
Kindly, madam, repeat the question.
I said take us through the last stage, that is storage and distribution.
Okay, so under storage and distribution, storage is done at 5 degrees Celsius for 24 to 48 hours. And then the effects of storage at this temperature is that it imparts in yogurt several desirable qualities, such as improved body and texture. And then it increases shelf life by slowing down the multiplication of microbes.
Yeah, thank you for that. So our yogurt is ready. We already packed it. Now we put it under cold storage for 24 to 48 hours. At home, you can take it even after a few hours, so long as it's normally good when taken cold. So that's how we process yogurt. So I have an assignment for the class. We'll discuss it in our next class. Go look at the starter culture and the benefits of starter culture in yogurt production. So as I said earlier, my name is Madam Caroline Odori, and we'll continue with this dairy technology, and we'll continue learning more on dairy products. Thank you for being part of the class. Any questions? Any questions, class?
No questions.
Okay, Ferdinand has a question.
I don't have a question.
Okay. So that marks the end of our class today. You have a good afternoon. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, madam.